وإنا أرسلناك رحمة للعالمين, mercy to all people, not just to Muslims. So I'll start with the verse in Surah Al-Rum, verse 22, which say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن آياته أن خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم وفي ذلك آيات للعالمين. صدق الله العظيم. So this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that there is science Allah create in His creation, like the earth, like the heavens. Also, one of His signs, the difference in your languages, your colors.
So in Islam, definitely the Quran acknowledges diversity. This is mentioned and attested in Surah Al-Hujurat, verse number 13. So diversity is part of the Sunnah as well in creation. Through diversity, we can witness the beauty in creation and oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah mentioned that Allah created all of us, men, male and female, shu'uban wa qaba'il. We come from different tribes and different nations. The key word that needed to be duly understood here is lita'arafu, for us to get to know each other. So that is already explicitly given by God. We come from different tribes. We have different way of dealing things. We have different languages across culture, across boundary and continents. And the idea of having not a single, what we call as a single human race, right, or ethnicity, is because lita'arafu. And if we look at the period of Abbasiyah, where a lot of interactions between the Greek and the Arab and the Turks and what have you, a huge amount of knowledge were translated and exchanged for that purpose. So I believe we should look at diversity from that point of view, the positive point of view.
So prohibiting to be friend with non-Muslim is not general rule. These two verses in the Quran, one of them in Surah Al-Imran, verse 28, which prohibit for a Muslim in certain situation, which the war time.
It was because the hostile environment then, the social climate who dislike Muslims from the very beginning because of their faith, because of their belief. So that's the reason why that particular verse was revealed. And if we were to take that verse and try to apply it today, then we are not doing justice to the understanding of the Quran itself.
And hence, understanding the context and reason behind a revelation is very critical and essential. So to understand the Quran as well, one must read the whole or the entirety of the Quran and not one without the other. So the general rule in coexisting is kindness and also fairness, as mentioned in Surah Al-Mumtahana, verse number 8. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not forbid you from dealing kindly and fairly with those which have neither fought nor driven you out of your homes. Surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who are fair.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command us to be friend with everyone and to have mawadda and rahmah and mercy. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called His Prophet وَإِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, mercy to all people, not just to Muslims.
So some historical examples that we'd like to cite and share with everyone here today is a story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam visiting a Jewish boy who was sick at that point of time. So this particular boy, he worked under Prophet Muhammad SAW.
Number one is the service. Prophet Muhammad SAW was served by a Jewish non-Muslim boy. That's number one. Right. Number two, when he fell sick, Prophet Muhammad SAW visited him. So that's another indicator that we are treating each other as human beings. There'll be Muslim, there'll be non-Muslim, there'll be pagan, non-pagan, but we cannot run away from the fact that they are human and they deserve treatment as a human. So that itself is a very strong message exemplified by Prophet Muhammad SAW.
And of course, we have the story about the Prophet ﷺ and his uncle Abu Talib, and which it's an amazing story. He wasn't Muslim, but he was defending and protecting the Prophet ﷺ. It's reached the point that when Quraysh did the boycott against the Prophet ﷺ, his uncle Abu Talib, he went with him and lived with him in the boycott for 3 years, and he's not Muslim. So I don't think after been said about this, there is anything prohibit that to be friend with non-Muslims.
It is definitely praiseworthy to develop good relationship with our non-Muslim family members, colleagues, neighbors, acquaintances, or even friends in general.
The Prophet ﷺ, asked us to be kind to our neighbors. He did not say, if your neighbors Muslims. No, he said, be kind with your neighbors. If there is events or holiday celebration for any of your neighbors, you need to be part of this.
Joining the celebration is part of forming and building good relationships and rapport. So what is important is that we don't participate in activities that are prohibited in our religion. For example, drinking alcoholic drinks or partaking in their worship activities and rituals. So with regards to Muslims, participation in the celebrations of other faith communities, it is important to be clear on the purpose and intent behind it. So when it contains religious elements and it is held for that purpose, Muslims may observe and attend the event, although they should not partake in the rituals. For events held as a cultural and communal practice, Muslims are also religiously permitted to attend.
Wishing the other well, I would say it's not wrong. Wishing them happy holiday, it shouldn't be a problem. It should not nullify your faith. It should not nullify your iman.
Attending these kind of gatherings or functions will definitely help to elevate the respect and appreciating other cultures. So therefore, it will further strengthen ties between Muslims and non-Muslims and could help promote mutual respect among different cultures and people.